They call the guard out for this stuff?
You probably thought we were all about hurricanes, tornadoes, fighting Mother Nature.
Hey, it's a chemical spill. It's a disaster.
It affects the water supply, threatens wildlife.
We're talking about the health of entire communities and people's livelihoods.
You bet we're ready for these kinds of things.
We were out there with booms to prevent the spill from expanding.
We're responsible for protecting and monitoring the sensitive wetlands.
I also remember the moment that same guy came up to me and said, I don't know what we would have done if they hadn't called the guard up.
Learn more about how you can protect your friends, families, neighbors, and the environment. Everything that makes up your community. Go to NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Florida National Guard. Aired by the Florida Association of Broadcasters and this station.
What you want to know. What you need to know.
Talk 1470. WNN.
So you take the mouse and click over there, and then you can choose someone you want to call.
My niece. I click here?
Uh-huh.
This is Louisa. Recently she got help going online to chat with her family back home.
Okay, so then you want to hit that green button.
This is her first time on the internet and her first time seeing her niece in 5 years. Louisa doesn't know what to expect.
Louisa? Oh my gosh, there she is. This is amazing.
It's so good to see you. You look so pretty.
But this is definitely way beyond.
Oh my gosh.
See what the internet can help you do at everyoneon.org or call 1-855-387-9166 to find a free training class near you. That's 1-855-387-9166.
Oh, I've missed you.
Oh, me too.
Brought to you by Connect to Compete and the Ad Council.
Talk 1470. WWNN Pompano Beach. Boca Raton, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
AM 1470 WNN with more of what you need to know. Tune in for No Bones About It with Dr. Alvin Stein, Tuesday mornings at 11 on South Florida's Health and Wealth Network, AM 1470 WNN.
Hi, I'm Dr. Janae Lomaski, a licensed psychologist practicing for 15 years here in South Florida. The universal problem I've encountered in both couple and individual therapy is the lack of self-esteem. Many relationships and families today are like a pressure cooker. People desperately trying to communicate but unable to do so, creating a cycle of anger that makes communication impossible. My goal in therapy is to help people identify the obstacles that have them talking at each other, not to each other. If you've spent your life in pain and suffering, it doesn't have to be like that. Call me and we'll talk. 561-777-2021. I accept Medicare and TRICARE. Once again, the number is 561-777-2021.
Talk health. Talk wealth. Talk politics. Talk 1470. WNN.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Welcome to Taking Care of Business with Freddy Fixit Santori and Alan, the Voice Knight, as they bring the power of AMP2.TV video format to the radio. Today's show will have interviews and concepts that bring you, the public, closer to how real radio and television work hand in hand to bring the best platform to sell your business. Tune in on the WWNNradio.com website or follow AMP on AMP2.TV website to see radio. Now, here are your hosts, Freddy Fixit and Alan Knight.
And, this is going to pop. And welcome, Boca. Where are we?
Boca and Beyond.
That blew my ear.
Okay.
Boca and Beyond. This is Freddy Fixit Santori with my host, Alan, the Voice Knight.
That's me.
Mr. Purple today.
Hi.
Are you full of energy
today? Isn't this
today?
lavender?
Here we go. Yes, it's lavender.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to the Taking Care of Business show. You know, I can never remember that. So many things that I've done in the past.
It has a catchy tune at the beginning of the show, sets the tone, and you can't remember it.
I just can't remember it.
Well, we're in trouble.
And we can also be seen. This is a video radio program. We can be seen on the WNNradio.com website. And welcome to 1470 AM, where me and Alan, every week, we try something a little bit different with video, radio. We're going to have a guest today, and we're going to be running some video on there, Alan.
Perfect. I'm game. Are you ready?
I sure am. Thank you.
Introduce our
This
guest.
is Stefan Statlander.
Sign in, please.
The director, Stefan Statlander, and he is the director of a program here on NN and other places, which we'll get to in a little bit.
Oh, you can't mention BZT?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay.
Because you just did.
Oh,
It's a clear channel station.
Isn't that where you are, right?
He has some stuff up there. He has some stuff on Comcast commercials that are running and doing very well.
All over South Florida. I have to be finding out more about this. This is going to be a good half hour.
And he is right now currently his Boca Soul. That's the name, right? Boca Soul.
Well,
Center?
the Boca Soul show at Boca Soul Center is the website.
That's right. But Boca Soul show, Boca Soul, like
Boca
Soul Man.
SOUL.
S-O-U, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, see, there's other things like S-O-L-E, so I wanted to clarification
Yeah, well, he
on
ain't
that.
selling Boca, baby. But he is Boca
That's
Soul.
a cobbler.
And on the screen is the commercial that we have running on Comcast. That's the new one that just came out, which is a big hit. Everybody's talking about that. But he also does something. Their organization does something a little bit different. They have the only remote, live video remote, that's plugged in here from 2 to 3 on Fridays. We do it from their site.
Sweet. Well, can you give us what Boca Soul is all about for the folks like me? I'll represent John Q. Public. If I don't know anything about it, which
That's
I
right.
don't, tell me.
Stefan's
The
going to do that.
concept.
Go ahead, Stefan.
Okay, the concept of the show or the concept of the center?
Both.
Okay. Well, the show, of course, is a manifestation of the center insofar as, where we work on and deliver information to the public about the concepts of the center.
Okay.
So, spiritual new age in nature, it's like a variety of things, and Calypso is one of the centerpieces of the show.
I assume it's in Boca,
Yes.
right? But it extends far out beyond that, right?
Yes, our scope is global, but obviously we're here in Boca, and the physical center is being built out in Boca.
All right. And you reach out, and what is the hands-on that it actually does when you say the center?
The center, we call it the center because that's where, many different activities it's being directed from, it's being, it's like the brain center, so to speak. And from there, we can have events, we can develop events, we can work on programs for learning, education. We have activities with, affiliates. That would be service providers.
Could it be any type of business that would go to you that would need, my background besides radio is education, so working with the local high schools and middle schools when I was the dean of students, would the education system come to you to enhance things, or would it be individual businesses to do that?
Well, again, the concept of the center is new age and spiritual. It's about improving yourself, about learning, about.
So it could be an individual who would come to you. Is that correct?
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
you.
Well, they have
that.
multiple stages. What they can do also is they can bring business to business people. So let's say that you have a bunch of guys in the business and they need de-stressing, detoxification.
Okay.
You can send them to the center, and at the center, they get detoxified. They get stress relief. They can get yoga. They can get meditation. They can get spirituality. There's a lot that goes into this.
Well, yeah. If I'm the CEO of a company and I'm not feeling, I'm feeling drab, and my personal life sort of stinks the house out. If I come to you, then you're going to change things, hopefully, in my life. That would entail when I go to work, everybody else is going to be happy.
That's right.
Yeah, again, it's kind of like if you went to the Y, and the Y, has a whole smorgasbord of options for you to take classes, to do activities, to improve yourself. So it's kind of like that, but on a new age or spiritual level.
That would be the therapeutic part.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, to help people in all types of things, and also to enjoy yourself, to have a good time, to relax there.
Sort of like a spa.
A little bit like a little
They
bit
do
like,
yoga. You do yoga.
Yeah, we're working on yoga. We're working on meditation. As Freddy mentioned.
And you can be at any walks of life. It's not a religious organization, where the term YMCA used to start out as a Christian-based organization. Then it's
No.
So anybody can. It's open for everybody.
Absolutely. And also it's also built around Calypso's specific skills and characteristics. Calypso is a
spiritual healer.
Yeah, she's a spiritual healer. And so she concentrates on things like past life in particular as a tool to help people. She's also a medium.
That sounds like a tinge from the psychic part of it.
There's definitely an intuitive dimension of this business. The business is also built around helping creative people to, to actualize their abilities. So
you're tapping into what makes them tick and to make it work better.
Yeah, so we're working on very innovative. I mean, I'm just scratching the surface of what we're working on for the business plan, but we're working to empower home-based people, let's say, who have specific skills. They're holistic, they're intuitive, they're creative, artistic, design, all those types of things, and we're working to provide a platform that they can also bring their services and their goods to market.
Okay.
And that
so you'll put together a network of sorts.
Yeah. So the reason it's global in scope is because we're working as we speak on this e-commerce platform, and in addition, we're also working to create the connections so the transactions can occur. Let's say if someone's local, wherever they are, that they can go see a holistic person, or buy a product from a local-based business, person who's based at home, let's say.
If you're just tuning in, this is the first time I'm finding out about it. See, I want everything to be a surprise, so if I want to try to understand it, the folks who are listening as well to generate your point. Yeah,
well, it's interesting because the center is moving into a very big space and the address is where?
Currently, our physical right now is 6885 Southwest 18th Street, which is on the corner of Power Line and Southwest 18th.
Correct. And they're moving into a center. The center is moving to a bigger location there. It's right next to Carrabba's on the 3rd floor. They're going to be moving. Right. And in this place, they have multiple rooms where these activities will take place. So you can go in there and you can get yoga classes. You can get different things going on.
When I was growing up and I had a scholarship to BCC. I worked in the city of Pompano. They had the recreation center. And we had scheduled certain things like an activity here, there, and also they had the workout area. But this would be like a one-stop shop for a lot of things, to where you focus on many different areas then. Yeah.
Yes, we can cater to all. You could become a member, for example. So we're working on the bundle of benefits for that. Also for the affiliates, also known as the service providers, we're working on a bundle of benefits for them. So we're really getting deep into our business plan to help all these types of individuals to either provide service and receive benefit, or to let's say be a consumer and enjoy what the center has to offer.
And is this a membership you sign up for, or is it per session, or how does that work?
All of those will be possibilities. In other words, you could become a member, and again, we're working on that.
It hasn't started yet?
Well, no, it is. We are open for business. Okay. We are open for business, but we're still developing different things in our business plan that we're going to offer the public.
Okay. Well, is it open to the public now?
It is open to the public. You could see Calypso. You could, you could schedule certain activities. You could book events if you wish. You could come to the radio show and be a guest.
Yes. Okay. The reason the membership platform hasn't opened yet is because they're going to wait till they move into the larger location. In the larger locations, they'll be able to do multi-platforms at the same time. Right now, the space is limited, so all the things that they offer has to be done on a day-to-day basis. On Wednesday, they may have yoga. On Tuesday, they may have meditation.
Okay,
So-
where it's going to happen like every single day.
Exactly. So
Okay.
you're,
Yes.
but the thing I'm most excited about, and what our show is all about, is video radio. They are doing remotes on radio, and he has a 700-foot part of the building that they're going to put in a theater.
Ooh.
And what we're going to do is we're going to call it, I don't know, the Ed Sullivan Theater, who knows. And in this theater, it's going to hold
The Freddy
between...
Santori Theater.
No, it'll never be called that. But in this theater, there's 750 feet of room, and we're talking about maybe 100, 125 seats that are going to be lined up in there. And these shows are going to have a live studio audience. So let's say, Mr. and Mrs. out there, you have a business and you want, just like they did, and you want to get this business on the ground in front of a live studio audience. You'll be able to take your product, put it on a live studio audience, zoom it into the radio station of your choice,
Okay.
and have a live remote, or put it on television. I mean, we offer packages
Cool
right now.
presentation. All right. And that's real soon?
That
Coming
hopefully,
soon?
he says October, I say November, who knows? Whenever they
As
finish
the old
building it.
expression, right around the corner.
Right around the corner. As soon as they
That's it.
finish putting it
Okay.
together. I was up there today, and I saw that
What'd
they're
you see?
putting...
What'd you see?
Well, the plumbing is being done, and of course they took the walls down like I knew they would, and they're waiting for inspection
Okay.
and things of that nature. But the nice thing about this is that when you go into the theater and you do your presentations, different companies can put on shows. It doesn't have anything to do with the center. It has to do with an entrepreneur that's trying to get a show up and going.
Okay.
And when
With a live studio audience.
live studio audience, and
That's
and
how they did television shows, back in the day, too.
that's right. And in between commercial breaks, you can sell your product to the audiences there. In between shows,
A direct focus group is what we're talking
that's
about.
right, a captivative
Okay.
direct
Yeah,
focus. And once the show is over, and you open the doors to let the people out, there will be kiosks from the shows themselves outside the
So
booth.
like it combines that with a little expo.
Exactly, and they'll be part of it. Calypso Shaw's Center will be part of that as well. But you'll be able to focus on not only the show, but other things that they want to sell and their
And
services.
you talk about this on your program as well?
Yeah, well, our program gets into diverse topics. It actually is trying to teach the public things. So, for example, it could be about prosperity.
Oh, so a little sample of something.
Well, we actually have a theme of each show. So it could be about relationships. It could be about whatever the case.
And when are you on? What time?
That is on
Fridays,
2 o'clock
2 to-
Friday
Fridays, 2 o'clock?
on NN.
Right here at 2
Yes.
o'clock
Correct.
on Fridays. 2
Yes,
o'clock
and
in the
then they
afternoon.
have repeats on Saturday, Sunday, 9 to 10,
And it's called Boca Soul.
Uh-huh.
Boca Soul. Boca Soul.
SOUL.
Boca Soul Show, BocaSoulCenter.com.
.com. And what's the phone number to Boca Soul?
Phone number 561
Uh-huh.
808 9108.
He has a lot going on. There's a lot of, we take one show and we use it to its maximum, so a very good idea of how a show started from small and has grown leaps and bounds. And he gets call-ins, he gets people from all walks of life calling in because they see the services. We just did a commercial on relationships, and some of the people he has acting in there don't have a good relationship. They show different methods to improve your relationship, your love life,
Right.
Okay.
with some of the things that they do.
See, and now I want to see. So you combine what you just said and then enhance it with your video, and then I'll be able to understand the concept a little bit better.
There you go.
All right,
There you
perfect.
Yeah, and we have a whole archive, by the way. Every show is on archive. You can see them all.
They're all over the place. You're on archive on your website. You're on AMP's website. You're
on
on
YouTube
different
now.
radio.
Are
You're
we
on
on
YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah, you're on YouTube. You're
Yeah.
on Twitter. You're all over the place.
Right, right.
And the idea is to get multiple ways of fixing past life. Once you hear the past life stuff, but before that, Ken, why don't we take a break?
Okay.
And then we'll come back and we'll get a little bit into the past life section of what they do, and might be something
Good
you may
deal.
find interesting, Mr. Allen.
Okay, coming
All
up.
right, see you on the other side.
It's time for the who, what, where, when, and why. First, who? I'm Alan Knight for the Night and Day Show.
Barry Aronson from Twin Palms Center for the Disabled.
What is going on?
Wine Country Safari, which includes wine, hors d'oeuvres, and music.
And where is it all happening?
Boca Museum of Art in Meisner Park.
When is that?
Saturday, August 30th at 7 p.m. Tickets are $25 per person or $45 per couple.
And the most important question, why?
To benefit the very special people of Twin Palms Center for the Disabled.
We have to give special thanks to our sponsors, too.
Mississippi Sweets and Ed Morris Automotive Group.
And the Just Us Orchestra. So how can you miss out?
You can't, so call 561-391-4874 and let's paint the town red with a toast. Again, that number, 561-391-4874.
At Calypso Shah Spiritual Center, learn how your past lives are affecting your present experience in this planet. Calypso will read your past lives' experiences and help you overcome personal issues, grow spiritually, and find inner peace. Call to schedule an appointment at 561-808-9108. Service provided by Calypso Shah Spiritual Center, 561-808-9108.
Hi, this is Michael Blum. Join us every Monday evening from 9 to 11 p.m. on The Michael Blum Show, where we talk about things most people don't want to talk about. We talk sex.
A lot of times men come in and complain about their penis, so this is a great show for everybody to listen to.
We talk drugs.
So high that we were talking to the refrigerator. I think that was a little mistake.
Did it answer? We talk spirituality.
None of what we think of as ours truly belongs to us.
And we talk politics.
You can get rid of Hitler, but you don't get rid of Hitlerian thought.
So get your thoughts together and think, speak, and be heard on The Michael Blum Show.
Use protection for various reasons.
Make it a habit every Monday night at 9 on 1470 WWNN.
Reality Radio.
With a nationwide knowledge in the real estate market, Stefan Statlander will give you the best tools available in the market to make that real estate transaction a breeze. Buying, selling, renting, personal or commercial. Stefan is a broker associate and has the experience and reliability you have been looking for. Brokerage with State Land Brown, LLC. Call to set up an appointment at 561-572-1911. You are listening and watching Taking Care of Business, powered by AMP2.TV, as your host brings you new concepts using radio and TV together, forming a powerful platform for business people in all areas. You have a question or comment? Call in 888-565-1470, and our host will provide ideas to bring your business to life. Now, back to the show.
And we're back.
We've been asking more questions off the air, too,
That's
to find
right.
out more about
That's
Boca
right.
Soul.
It's interesting what the concept is, isn't it?
He's got a lot going for him.
A lot going. He has other businesses that he does. He's all over the place.
He's got all these licenses. I have a driver's license. That's about it.
And he's actually syndicated. The show is syndicated.
Yes.
It's on multiple platforms. Yeah, absolutely. Now, one of the
WNN, don't mention WBZT. Yes.
Clear Channel and then the Beasley people.
Beasley, yes.
And he's doing very well with that as well. And he's on the AMP2.TV network.
AMP2.TV.
And we appreciate that.
And we are pushing it out as far as we can go. Some of the things that we look forward to doing is that we were successful in bringing the remotes. Now, we did a remote for Alan's show, which is Night and Day. That's the name of his show. We did it from Paradise Bank. And everybody's sneezing around me. And Alan did a
It's
piece.
my cologne.
Alan did a piece at the bank itself, which was really kind of cool the way we set it up. And we did it for the BZT network, right?
Yes, we broadcast from the Paradise Bank boardroom.
And this time what we do, Alan, differently, a little bit different, is that we have an audience, small audience, when he does his show on Fridays. And he's part of that show, and everybody starts applauding and things of that nature. It's kind of cool.
Okay.
It's a whole different concept to the idea that the platform that you and I actually started to spin off with different people.
When that happens, I'd like to be in the studio audience and see firsthand what's going on. That would be fun.
Well, one of the things that that we also offer, Stefan, is that we bring in people, depending on schedule, times, and things of that nature, that can host or teach people how to do shows. Now, in this case, you have a group of ladies that came together, and you guys came together, and little by little, you're chipping away at it and making it better and better. But Alan does a lot of commercial work. He does voices. He does hosting. The only problem with Alan is that he's never available. But when he is...
Well, now you host the program, correct?
Well, to some degree, yes. I
Okay.
mean, when you say
You're the special
host...
guest.
When you say host, I mean, we've had a moderator. You mean a moderator?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But like what Freddy's doing now.
It's an anchor.
You prop
Yeah.
him up and say talk.
Yeah, and sometimes we have kind of like almost co-anchors, and sometimes the anchor can change depending on, it's the concept supersedes the personalities per se, but when Calypso comes on, she does a session.
Who's she?
Calypso again is the co-founder.
That's a person.
Right, she is a
Okay.
person.
No, she's the spiritual
Calypso.
healer that does
She's-
the deal.
Okay, so that's a person.
Yeah,
Calypso.
she's the target. She's the
I
pinpoint.
gotcha.
She's the Bridget on your show.
I didn't know that. I'm finding things
Yeah.
out.
Right,
okay.
right.
And we have different anchors.
24 minutes of the show, I got it now. I'm
We have-
getting it.
we
I'm
have-
understanding it.
We have different anchors on the show depending on the market that we want to target, because some of the stuff they do is different. They do meditation
Yeah,
with
everybody
crystals.
has their own expertise, just like a newscast. Where
Right,
you're going to have
right.
the person who does the headlines, the Tom Brokaw, and then you're going to have the sports reporter, and then you're going to have the editorial. Absolutely. So you have the right people for the job for each specific thing.
That's right.
Yes, and we also have guests on our show as well.
Okay.
So, for example, we
Dr.
just...
Love was on there.
Yeah,
Dr. Love.
Dr. Love.
Dr. Love.
And
He was on NN 20 years ago.
Dr. Love?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we had a guest from Hollywood at the Ayurvedic Center in Hollywood. I forgot the exact name, but Lewis, and who is very knowledgeable and was fantastic. So it adds a lot. So we bring a lot of elements together to make this show. We make it interesting, and we create content for the public, and apparently, as far as I understand, our numbers are growing every week.
Yeah, they're doing very well. They were going to do a show for animals.
Oh, now, see, Bridget, my fiancée, would be into this because she,
She loves animals.
sometimes better than people.
Well, I'm going to tell you, this show, I was looking forward. They had the lady whose father fell and hurt himself. So that was the beginning and the end of this show. He hurt himself. He was hospitalized, the guest that was going to come on.
Okay.
And we were doing this 2 weeks ago. And this is about actually speaking to animals. If I'm wrong, correct me.
That's the aspect of the animal psychic concept. That Calypso has diverse talents. So one of them is that someone either brings their pet or shows a picture of their pet or something like this, and she can get into understanding what's going on with that pet, why, whatever the issues are, because pets also have their own, behaviors
Oh, yeah,
and this and
they're
that.
family. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so she gets in the past life dimension about animals. She gets into
Can you bring your pet to the center?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is what happens, though. Wait a minute.
This could be a good Christmas gift for Bridget.
Oh, this is fantastic stuff.
And is it about is it an hour session, or how does that work with?
It would be like with a
it's
human.
like Dr. Doolittle.
Well,
but wait a minute. Don't give it all away. You got to come to the center to check
Okay.
it out. You bring your pet, and they do it.
So I'm going to bring little BB.
Yeah, you
And
bring
do I
BB
bring
Pellet,
Bridget, and
Bridget,
we show-
and they
okay.
sit there with them, and we do what we got to do. But
And
we
you're
get
gonna
ready.
find out the personality of little BB,
Yes,
my little pet.
absolutely.
Okay.
So we're getting ready to do the show, and we had a lightning fire come on.
A
Storm,
lightning fire. Oh,
lightning strike.
Lightning and fire.
Well, it was all around us. We got hit like 5 times in
Okay.
the building. The power went out. The lake, because this place is right on the lake.
Okay.
And it went out. We couldn't air the show. So I want to do the show again. But yes, you bring Bridget, you bring the dog down. They have all sorts of things going on. Now, we only got a minute left of the show. Why don't you give us your address again?
Sure. It's the physical is 6885 Southwest 18th Street. which is next to Carrabba's, and right there at the Boca Point, right behind the Boca Point office. And the center we're building out is at 6909 on the 3rd floor, and that it will be 3359 square feet of space.
Of space. It's huge.
Oh, that's
It's huge.
big.
And
Yes.
give out the phone number again. Stephen.
Phone number is 561-808-9108, and our website is bocasoulcenter.com.
Excellent. Well, my friend, we get through another
We
show.
just tapped on something, and yeah.
I know. I should have started out with the animals. I forgot what a big animal freak you are.
Okay. Do you have a card? We'll have to go to the website too.
Yeah, no, he has a card and all that. But the nice thing about this is that the center offers a lot of different things. We're going to be doing
This
some
extends
remotes.
to the entire family. Okay,
Exactly, including your pets.
Yeah.
Including
Okay.
your pets.
Pets are those are the little boys and girls.
That's right. And then you guys that have pets
Of the
love it.
four-legged kind.
But anyway, I want to thank Stefan for coming on and sharing Boca Soul with us. And you can come to the AMP2 TV network to see it.
And
Or go to
again, you're on Friday.
Friday
Friday
2
at
o'clock.
2,
Friday
yes.
at 2.
Friday at 2.
WNNradio.com. You can see the shows. Or go to Boca.com. You can see the shows there as well. And video makes a difference, ladies and gentlemen.
Well,
come
give
on
your
down.
telephone number out.
866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422. Give us a call and let us make your business turn into a video production, and we'll help you get it started. Any last words there, Mr. Knight?
Thank you so much. Don't forget, I have a personal appearance coming up at the Boca Historical Society, Boca Museum, rather. Boca Museum coming up on Saturday, the 30th.
Okay, very good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.
You have been listening to Taking Care of Business, powered by AMP2.TV. You can reach AMP2.TV by calling 866-224-5422 and join the AMP2.TV radio TV network. We give you all the tools you need to have your own show, both on radio and TV, and bring new energy and ideas to the business you're trying to promote. If you want to be a leader in new concepts and make your business #1 in the area, AMP2.TV has the platforms to get you there. 866-224-5422 is the number to get you started. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.